What is the chance that Biafra will survive if they break away from Nigeria? Biafra still has a problem defining its borders. Will it be just the four eastern states? Will it include the South-South? Will it include Igbo-speaking communities in Delta, Rivers, Kogi, Benue, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River? They also have a problem with migration. Would the Igbo man who has spent his entire life in Kano be chased back to Enugu? Where does he live? Would he be given a house, or does he become a refugee in his land? How do the state cater for the millions that will struggle for the inadequate resources? Have you been to Haba? If Biafra were to break off today and just the Igbo-speaking state were to leave Nigeria, would most likely cease to exist? The only problem there is, Nigeria would resist every chance to part with its cash now. Niger Delta ends a military intervention if a two-state solution is allowed. Impossible, because the southwest and middle belt would leave the union. The eastern states have a cordial relationship with the south, so they could serve as a port. If Biafra lives peacefully, plus Niger Delta stays within Nigeria and no restriction placed on trade with Biafra, and smart leaders Obi on steroids Okonjo elected, not someone like Nnamdi Kanu or Orji Uzor Kalu or Rochas, they would work with the Akwa Ibom Rivers, Delta and Cross River states government to utilize their port to ship goods instead of passing through the Lagos port rail lines connecting Aba, Nnewi, Owerri, Enugu, Nsukka, Akwa to core southern cities like Port Harcourt, Calabar, Uyo, Warri, Asaba, and maybe even some states in the middle belt like Benue and Jos. The southeast doesn't have the land to ensure food security, so they need to employ highly mechanized Israel. Like smart farming Israel is 60% desert, but is a major agricultural exporter. Since I believe the two industries that the East may want to explore in manufacturing and services, they would also need tech cities. I'm talking a Konza tech city, Tel Aviv or Silicon Valley situations scattered around. If they are able to transport their goods unrestricted through cargo plane and Nigerian ports, have budding startup cities and manufacturing hub, whilst utilizing smart agricultural practices to reduce their dependence on the middle belt for food, they can survive. Since none of whatever I wrote is on ground with dilapidated structures everywhere and no plan for the state and cities, they would even last for 5 years. Like I pointed out earlier, the only way Biafra survives is to live peacefully and still get to trade with Nigeria, using Nigerian waterways with structures in place. I'm Igbo, and even I am smart enough to know what restructuring and resource control would be the best for the East. With that, the East has the power to do everything I just mentioned up there without having to go into combat with a stronger neighbor. All this where industrial talk should stop. Without structure and an actual plan, they would crumble. Even with those, there will still be problem for about 10 to 20 years, maybe more. So once again, drop the agitation and focus on forcing the government to buy into restructuring and resource control. Here, the question is, what is the chance that Biafra will survive if they break away from Nigeria? I have a lot of comments on this passage that I've just read. A lot of people, according to the passage, I quite now believe that the southeastern people are very strong people, and they have an unshakable mind, and they are so sure that Biafra, if being separated, if they stand on their own, they can be able to make things work out for themselves without regrets. Yeah, I have a lot of comments here, and I think I would like to read this comment. This man said, Mr. Man, you are not economic driven expert or calculator. If the Igbos could annex the no resource during the Civil War, where technical know-how was low, how will it be now where every living Igbos in Europe, Asia, America, etc. doing very well in the field of every field, but business, engineers, doctors, scientists, etc. Let economy of Biafra will spring up, and the Biafra pounds will be competitive with international currency. The Biafran government then will quickly mobilize their technocrats in every discipline. Those areas you feel is not possible will be possible. Please, sir, kindly bury those ideas. Let it actualize first. Wow, this man sounded straight, and sounded real, and sounded assured of himself that if Biafra separates, the Biafran country will have no regrets or whatsoever standing alone. They will even do exploits more than what is expected. Yes, let me read another comment by a Biafran. This man said, Biafra will not only survive but succeed. Let the agitators use diplomacy following the United Nations laid down process. Yeah, this is another one. Wow. Another person said, be minded that Biafra will not only stand alone, Biafra will help other African states to survive in all things. So don't panic. Wow. Don't panic, he said. Wow. Yeah, this is a great one. Well, at least with all these statements, I still have a lot of comments. A lot of people have stood their ground that let Biafra separate first. Then you will understand that Biafrans, that is southeastern people, they are the one that are carrying the country, Nigeria, to the state it is right now. Well, I would still like to have your take on this. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share for more updates. Thanks and God bless.